The Morning Wave on Mix 93.8.
So, Ori, we do Centre Stage on a Thursday, but I thought we'd also do it today.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you have your Rent-A-Crowd?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do. Bring it on.
This is Centre Stage on The Morning Wave.
Thank you. There was a bit of a delay, but you got it. Thank you very much. So this morning we're joined by Pat McCay. Pat, how are you?
Hey, Sam. Really good, thanks.
Yeah, wonderful to have you on the Morning Wave, and congratulations on your career and your journey, which we're going to chat about just shortly. So in terms of being a SAMA-nominated artist, how does that feel?
Oh, it was a great honor. You know, when you put a lot of work into your craft, and then you know you see nothing for a while. It's funny. It's almost, I call it the compound interest of the universe or God, in the sense that you know, you put in a lot of work, you don't see anything, and then you wait later, and the next thing you're nominated for an award, which I was gobsmacked.
Beautiful. So let's take it back in time. Can you take us through your journey and your music career up until this point?
Yeah, so I've always been musical, but I started guitar at quite late, and I actually grew up. I was good friends with Jeremy. I was at school with Jeremy Loops, and he taught me how to play guitar. But we were all a bunch of musicians living together, and we just knew that was our path. So I've been pursuing it quite relentlessly, and it's had its ups and downs. It's not an easy thing to pursue the arts, but it's just something that you have to do when it's in your heart and it's in your being. It's just something that you have to do, and you've got to make a way of doing it. And that's been the journey. I'm just refining and defining my process as a songwriter and as a creative and as a person, and as, you know, the voice that I have, and how that shows up in the world. Is my process is just, you know, there's been a maturing as time goes.
And I would imagine that even, you know, in your own journey, there's been things that have happened, maybe, you know, perhaps some ups and downs that I'm sure you might have incorporated in your songwriting process, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think we do live in a culture where you know, we're always having to kind of try and be perfect, and I think that's completely counterintuitive to the artistic process. Is you absolutely need to fail, you know. And if I've got a moment to preach to anyone, may I? I was going to say, just, you know, if anyone's starting a YouTube channel, if anybody's, you know, in their creative process, it's just to start, because analysis paralysis, perfectionism is the one thing that stops us from moving forward, you know. And if I could speak to my younger self, that's what I would say. I would say, don't try and get it right. It's not about getting the right microphone. It's not about, you know, getting the song perfect. It's about failing forward, just keep moving forward and taking action, taking imperfect action, because that's how you grow and learn.
Pat, I love that. I absolutely love that. So one of the things that we touched on in the beginning of our conversation was being nominated for a SAMA. And could you take us through any other notable milestones in your career, maybe traveling the country, performing on stages with different artists?
Yeah, so I played in front of 2,800 people at Zevenwacht, which was kind of just a small, just one down from Kirstenbosch with regards to playing in front of a big audience. And I think that was definitely a milestone for me. Just being able to, you know, see faces as far as you can see, and then after that, I played at Stanford Hills Festival with, you know, a similar amount of people back to back. So it was a leap up in my career to be able to stand on big stages like that in front of people, and you know, it's almost like there's a preparation for what's more. You know, if we keep stepping out of our comfort zone, there tends to be this, if we put in the work, opportunities will show up. I really believe that.
Beautiful. And what I didn't tell our listeners is that you and I did a course together not so long ago. Whether I finished or not, you know, it doesn't really matter at this stage, but I definitely learned a lot, and learned a lot from you as well. Pat, the reason why we're having this conversation is because today you're releasing a brand new track. It's called Dreams. Take us through that. What is it all about?
So dreams came about while I was journaling, and one of the things I realized in my journaling process is the word "what if" came up a lot, and it was more around, instead of writing affirmations or writing things that you want to do in life, it was more around what was going on in the background and giving that a space. So this anxiety of what if, and then suddenly the song came. It comes in. It's quite an intense way to start. It says, "What if you live? What if you die? What if you go from show to show and it goes right? And what if it's real, or is it a lie?" And this is something that we can all resonate with, but people can find parts of themselves in this music, because we all have fears, we all have anxieties. It might show up, the voices might be slightly different, but it's always a similar narrative, So it was around just bringing that stuff into light. Music and comedy have the ability to go into the shadow and bring it into the light. That's why the creatives in our world are so important in our society, because they show society what it's not seeing. So it's about it's like a transmutation that goes from the light to the dark. That's why we laugh in comedy, is because comedians speak the truth. That's why we laugh. They go into the shadow, what no one is saying, and they say it. It's the same thing with musicians and singer-songwriters. They have the ability to go into the shadow and reveal. And it's like, oh, why does this move me? This moves me because it's true, and it's something that I've been feeling, but I haven't been able to articulate.
Beautiful.
So that is the space for creatives.
Well, Pat, thank you very much for being the voice of so many of us, and congratulations on your brand new single. If anybody wants to get hold of you, follow you on the socials, download your music, how can they do so?
So I would say I've been putting a lot of effort into my online presence. So Pat McCay on YouTube, that's MCCAY. You can find me on Instagram as well. I'm also on TikTok and Facebook and Spotify. So all of those platforms. But a lot of people often misspell my name, so it's MCCAY as my surname, Pat McCay.
Got it. Pat, thank you so much for joining us on The Morning Wave. We're playing your brand new single called Dreams right here on The Morning Wave. And we wish you everything of the best for your future.
Thank you, Sam, and bless you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful stuff. There you have it. Pat McCay right here on The Morning Wave, playing the song. And, of course, you can let us know via the WhatsApp line what you think. It's called Dreams. The number is 084-822-0938.
What if you live? And what if you die? And what if you go from show to show and it goes right? And what if it's real? Or is it a lie? And what if she leaves, and what if she cheats, and what if she cries? And what are the dreams that you set aside? Home alone, up on the phone to a lifeline. Born to dream, not born to die. And every time you start to climb, you justify. Born to dream and dream, I got all inside of me. I got born to dream and dream. I got it all inside of me. I got dreams. What if you fail? Then what if you try? And what if you breathe? And what if you bleed? And what if you cry? And what are the dreams that you set aside? Home alone, up on the phone to a lifeline. Born to dream, not born to die. And every time you start to climb, you justify. Born to dream and dream, I got it all inside me. I got born to dream and dream, I got it all inside of me. I got dreams.
It's brand new music right here on The Morning Wave. Pat McCay. And just to elaborate, Ori, so
Yeah.
Pat and I did a course not so long ago. It was all about peer recovery therapy and that sort of thing. And he is such a brilliant individual.
He does
is
sound like one.
just, so down to earth. He's also gone through his own trials and
Battles of
tribulations.
life, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But making incredible music and brilliant on the guitar. Trust me. On the WhatsApp line, Gail says, oh, yes, I love it. He has a Jack Johnson kind of vibe. Monica says, thank you for this, dear Sam. What an interview. Love the feeling of Pat's song and the beat. It's super. Hope the station plays it a lot more. And Peter McCarthy says, nice track. I'm definitely hearing loops and Milky Chance. I wish him well. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You must see his videos on Instagram. He plays, a phenomenal guitar. He's a good songwriter, as you've heard. How would you rate the song out of 10?
I would definitely rate it 11 out of 10. That's how good it is.
Just leave it there. We don't have to know if the guy is single or
No.
not. You just love the music and
I
that's
love it.
All right, beautiful stuff. Check him out on social media and YouTube. It's Pat McCay, MCCAY.
The Morning Wave on Mix 93.8.